Today I'm gonna be rescuing this poinsettia. So this is the typical Christmas plant, and she was like orange in color. If you see the dried out bracts, you can actually see it. But yeah, now that Christmas is over, she's not looking that great. And I think part of the reason is just naturally they lose this colorful leaves, these bracts, after the flowering season. But also I think just the soil it came with from the store is just like really bad and it's too dense for it, because these are tropical Mexican plants and they don't like to be really moist. So I think the roots are probably not doing great. So I'm gonna be taking her out of here, putting her in here, which is slightly bigger, and I'm gonna be giving her a better substrate. So let's get on to it. And actually you can see that she's already making some buds and trying to like recover. So I'm just gonna try to help her in this process, because I think she's still very much alive and wanting to recover, just she's not in the perfect or good soil for it. So yeah, let's start. Alright, so I'm just loosening the soil ball and let's check what we have in here. Yeah, hello dog. So it does smell a bit mushy and the soil was very compacted, and as you see, she doesn't really have a lot of roots, so a lot of the roots just disintegrated. So this is just because the soil it came with from the store was really not good. So you can see the root ball is really tiny. So actually this might be a bit an overkill. I might go to a smaller pot size, just that she also doesn't have so much soil that she stays wet too long or whatever, because this root ball is practically inexistent. Alright, so this is the soil that I could remove sort of easily, and I just don't want to aggressively go into the root ball because she's already stressed enough, and I don't want to kill or break any roots there in the center because she already lost a lot of roots. And I'm gonna be using this pot because I think this fits the root ball much better. The root ball is just there swimming in an ocean of soil. This is much closer to the size, and I think she'll do fine in here. I'm just gonna make her mixture now. So this is like some normal potting mix that I had in this pot, and it's actually perfect because it's about half of the pot of normal potting soil, so this is gonna stay like that. Then I'm gonna add like a bit more than a quarter of this pumice. So this is a volcanic rock and it's really light, so what it does is it increases aeration in the mixture because it's full of air pockets. So, and it's also the advantage it has with regards to perlite, it doesn't float. So over time the mixture stays much more stable than with perlite, because with perlite it tends to float to the top after a while. And now I'm gonna be adding like 10% more or less, so just a bit on top of this thin orchid bark. So again, this creates air pockets and it prevents the mixture from collapsing on itself, because when you have like just normal soil, over time it just ends up compacting and becoming like rock solid, and these two components will hopefully prevent that. Yeah, the dog saw a bird outside.